Today is May 10th, 2026. Heading into this weekend, the Yankees looked like one of the better teams in baseball, but get swept in Milwaukee. The Mets might be finally showing some signs of getting back to earth after winning a couple series. The Red Sox starting to build momentum in their offense again. Can they keep it up? Both of the Central Divisions, AL and NL, turned into complete chaos this season and are some of the most fascinating stories in all of baseball. Welcome back to Diamond Dysfunction. If you guys are new here, click a sub, follow us on all of our social platforms, interact in the chat. Today we'll be talking about the Yankees, Mets, Red Sox, both of the Central Divisions. Mikey, Kieran, how you guys doing?
Yo.
Doing good?
Go ahead, Mikey. Talk about your week, your Mother's Day.
Great Mother's Day. It was great to see family. Tough round of golf, spraying the course, spraying the country club. They're probably not used to seeing divots like that ever. So groundskeepers got some work. Overall, great day, though, with the fam. Happy to be here, talk some Sox and Mets and Yankees and Central. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the day as well, but I'm ready to go here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I had my folks up again for the weekend. I'm seeing them 4 weekends in a row. I was home last weekend. They're up here this weekend. Brother's graduation next weekend. Shout out Aiden. And then the wife's graduation the next week after that. I'll see them all 4 weeks.
There we go.
I think my mother-in-law is still upstairs with my wife and my sister-in-law right now. So
nice. Happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day to all.
Happy Mother's Day.
Alec Boehm hates all your mothers, by the way. Alec Boehm confirmed hates all mothers.
He will
Didn't
take
wear
you to
pink.
court.
Didn't wear pink. Loser.
Loser.
Just
gosh.
loser stuff by him. But Philly.
Mother's Day to my dog as well. Shout out Brooke.
Happy Mother's Day, Brookie.
Speaking of Philly, see ya, Philly.
Bye,
Philly.
Swept. Get the brooms.
Double broom.
Get the brooms out, baby. They're gonna be off for 10 days.
There we go. Well, we got a good one today. A lot of stuff going on. We'll start off with our first topic. The Red Sox, after firing their whole coaching staff, seem to have found a little bit of momentum. They're sitting at 17-22. I'm not sure after today.
23.
23. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll do into the standings first, just to give the viewers a little bit of a preview of what we're looking at. So, top of the American League. In the AL East, the Tampa Bay Rays are ahead of the New York Yankees after the Yankees getting swept today. I took these screenshots in the morning. So the Yankees lost today, no longer in first place of the AL East. In the Central, you got the Cleveland Guardians sitting at the top, 21-20, with the Kansas City Royals right behind them. That division is locked tight, and we will be talking about them later on in the episode. In the AL West, you have the Athletics rolling right now, 21-18. They lead that division. Shooting over to the National League in the NL East, the Atlanta Braves are still a wagon, and I repeat, yes, they are a wagon, and Spencer Strider is back. The New York Mets are 11.5 back from the Braves, not a good look. Over in the NL Central, the Chicago Cubs went on a crazy winning streak this week. Behind them, the St. Louis Cardinals, a team that nobody saw being good this year. They are doing fantastic. Right behind them, the Brewers, who had a great weekend for their ego sweep in the New York Yankees. In the NL West, the Los Angeles Dodgers, of course, leading that division by only 1 game against the Padres, and the Arizona Diamondbacks in third. Shout out to Chris D, 1924, the effing bugle talking Yankee baseball. Love it. Shout out, I don't know who you are.
Little censor right there.
Shout out. Thank you for being in the chat. We will start putting some polls in there as we go along. Make sure to interact with them. But going over to our first topic, we got to cover them over in Boston. The Red Sox had a series against the Rays this weekend. Ceddanne Rafaela brings the big energy in the big games. Willer Abreu continues to provide one of the only power sources for that lineup. Roman Anthony ends up on the 10-day injured list with a wrist sprain. Major setback for that team who's trying to turn it around. But Mike's hot take, guy to watch out for this weekend. Connolly Early, 8 strikeouts, 7 shutpiece against Tampa. What can you ask for from a young pitcher? Mikey, I'm cutting it right over to you. What did you see from your Sox this weekend?
Yeah, so it worked out nicely this weekend. I was actually able to enjoy my Friday night. I didn't have anything doing. So I sat back, watched an old ball game at the old park. Had free tickets. I'm going to harp on it. Did not go. This team does not deserve my eyes in that stadium filling John Henry's wallets to watch this mediocre product. But I did watch comfortably from my couch. Luckily, it was Conley early on the bump, as you hit on, Evan. Guy's going to be a stud. Been saying it since I saw him pitch in New York last year in that playoff game. He has nuts, even though obviously they lost. A lot of balls out of a young kid like him going in there pitching that game. It's carried over to this season. I think the sky's the limit for this kid. Like the tough lefty arm slot, I think he's only going to get better. I mean, he's young. That was a great game to watch. The offense actually had some spark Friday night. Aside from that, though, a pretty abysmal series aside from Friday night. Luckily, Saturday got rained out, which was nice. Didn't need to watch them yesterday. They're going to make up that game in the summer, which I'm not sure why. Probably would have preferred a doubleheader today. But, that was the series. I mean, I didn't expect them to win this series against the Rays. The Rays are hot right now. They're a great team. I think they're going to be a great team this year, as we harped on our last episode.
Was it a 2-game? Was it a 3-game series turned 2 or a 4-game series turned 3?
4 turned. So
they played 3 and they lost 2
Sox
and 3.
Get 1 of 2. I mean, I think they probably would have went 1 and 3 if they played all 4 personally, with the pitching injuries and whatnot. But I mean, overall, I'll just give you some numbers, Evan, because you hinted at the Red Sox offense potentially heating up. That's not going to be the case. Just some rough numbers. We got batting average 27th, OBP 26th, slugging 30th, OPS 29th, home runs 30th, runs 29th. You are not going to win a lot of baseball games with those statistics on offense. Tell you that. And that's been the issue the whole year, dude. This ownership group, the front office guys, they can kick rocks. They could spew whatever garbage they want. They knew going into this season they weren't going to produce on offense and still thought they could figure out how to win games and be competitive. It's just not the case. Like I said, once in a while you get a gem from Conley early, and it's nice to watch. But aside from that, the team's pretty mediocre and abysmal.
I mean, am I wrong? Did they not have a crazy offensive output against the Tigers?
I mean, it's the Tigers, though.
They're not that bad of a team. And whoever's in the
chat,
we have 4 viewers right now.
The Tigers.
We have 4
viewers
right now.
Tigers,
Make sure to go vote on the poll if you think the Red Sox can make a late push for a wild card spot. Vote in the poll. If you vote in the polls, YouTube pushes out our stream, so please do that. We'll have multiple polls as we go through each topic. YouTube, carry on. Sorry.
I mean, they're 2 games out. They're only 2 out right now. Yeah. It's like,
I mean, it just harps on how bad the AL is. So I could see a wild card, but it's nothing to get excited about with the offensive production consistently being terrible.
You never know, though, man. Once you get in, I've said it before. Like, look at the 2 teams who were in the World Series in 2023. Like, they barely snuck into the playoffs. I think Arizona, if I remember correctly, I think they backed their way in, or it was them or Texas. One of them completely just backed their way into the playoffs and ended up winning or going to the World Series. So it's like you never know. And
it was Arizona.
Yeah,
I know it was one of them. I don't know who it was off the top of my head, but yeah, it was.
You don't know. But overall, if they make moves at the deadline and say they get a big bat like with Yoran Alvarez or something, my thoughts will definitely change. As of now, the wild card's in the picture, like you said, with a weak AL. Trevor's story is just horrendous.
He's horrible.
This guy keeps getting opportunities. He can't even field a routine ground ball anymore, and he's barely hitting above 200. Maybe after today, it might be under 200. But to give this guy consistent opportunities, they got a top prospect in Franklin Arias playing shortstop in Double-A every day, who's so hot right now. I mean, I hope they just DFA Story and give Franklin a shot. Obviously, they don't want to call him up and maybe tank his value if he struggles. But, I can't see Trevor Story going out there every day. It's just a miserable watch. I feel bad for the guys on the mound whenever a ball gets hit to him.
Yeah, I mean,
the pitching for you guys has been good, I feel like, though. And, you guys, and I know you don't trust the GM. I wouldn't either. But, you are kind of one – if you can find a way to stay – similar to where you are now, a couple games out of the wild card picture, and then if you guys can get a bat at the deadline, we're quarter of the way into the year now, it's kind of I don't want to say your record, but we have a decent read on some of these teams now and what they are, and the Red Sox, the lineup has absolutely been bad, but I believe they're sixth in bullpen ERA, and they haven't given up a lot of runs this year. The pitching has been solid for the most part, and a lot of the guys who you were relying on at the beginning of the year are, especially Crochet and Ranger Suarez. They're both there. That's my laundry going off right now. My LG stupid thing.
Yeah.
But like I think if you, that one big bat, like it can change everything. Listen, I saw it in anytime I can always relate it to the Mets because that's really the team I follow the most. Obviously, in 2015, like the Mets had elite pitching going on. They had a lot of young guys coming up in the middle of the year around this time, helping out the pitching, and they just kind of kept afloat until the deadline. They got Cespedes, he went crazy, and they went all the way to the World Series. So it's like,
yeah, I mean,
baseball's a crazy sport, man. You never know.
Talking about getting power, I do want to ask Mike this: Willie Abreu, what does he mean to your team? What does he provide that an outsider wouldn't know? Because every time I go onto Twitter, I see him making a great impact for your team, whether it's with cannons from the outfield or hitting nukes. Tell me a little bit more about him because I don't watch a lot of him. What does he mean to your team?
Dude, he's sneaky, man. Like, I didn't really believe in him until probably the end of last year. He was really streaky, but when he gets hot, man, this guy can just absolutely rake. He's really the I would say like the sole power source they have in their lineup right now. I mean, if he gets into one, he's smashing baseballs. But great deal. I want to say they got him for Christian Vasquez a couple years ago. I actually believe they were playing Houston, and Christian Vasquez walked across to Houston's dugout when the trade was made. So
that was that trade?
I believe so, yes.
I remember that.
As you hit on, Eli, Gold Glove outfielder, by the way. Like he's a very underrated player overall. They hid him from lefties for a while, but now he's hitting lefties as well, which is a great thing. I think we all saw what he could do with Team Venezuela in the WBC. He was absolutely lighting it up. So, yeah, I mean, this guy's very underrated, I feel like. I think there's a lot of I don't know. He doesn't have that star personality you typically get, but just an overall solid player on a pretty bad team. So he's one of the bright spots of this squad.
For sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, we get, to reference the poll, our viewers don't think the Red Sox are going to turn it around. I think Alex was one of those votes, so that's kind of swayed it. She doesn't like the Red Sox. But if you guys are in the chat, whoever is in this chat, make sure to go into the chat. Give us your thoughts. We want to hear from you. It makes YouTube push us across the algorithm. Did you guys have a rookie start this week? Bennett,
yeah, they got him from the Nationals last year for, I believe, some sick closer we had who was throwing like 102 in the minors. Bennett's going to be like an average arm probably eventually, but he is nothing to be excited about. That's for sure.
Okay, all right. I mean, I saw him on Twitter. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know. Breslow just does what he does, man. He has an obsession with these tall lefties and just trades anything and anything to acquire one. So
I got you. So Red Sox still kind of standing pat. Only 2 games out of a wild card spot, though. So I guess if, big picture, that's not a terrible place to be in, considering how bad the AL is. I know it's not being an elite team, which you guys are used to. But if you do get a couple extra games of baseball in October to falling into that wild card spot, there's worse positions to be in, I guess. Considering the state of your team. I don't know. Just trying to be optimistic for you.
Yeah, just like I said, it's typically a mediocre watch. I mean, it's a great way to come home and just not have to watch. It's like background noise when they're on, essentially.
Yeah,
it's like
it is better than what I am currently watching, though. If that's what we're going to be, if that's where we're going to be going next, Mr. Bugle.
Hop in, dude. I'm done with the Sox. There's nothing else for me to say besides they are.
The Mets talk won't be long either. Don't worry. Once we start bringing in the Yankees to it, that's when it'll end up being relevant.
To swing over to topic 2, we're gonna go right over there. The New York Mets. Right now, their record stands at 15-23 at the time of me creating this outline.
15-25.
25. Okay, we're behind.
10 games under.
Disastrous
worst record
start
in
to the
baseball.
Season. They had that 11-game losing streak. They did win 2 series last week, one against the Angels and one against the Rockies. People didn't know if that was going to be the start of something new for this team. Some key players over the last week. Mark Vientos, he had a couple big home runs over the last couple games. Clay Holmes really is just a stabilizer in your rotation. And of course,
He's great.
Nolan McLean, young stud. He just gives you that outing that you need every single time. But after looking at some of the box scores, your offense doesn't always come up big when he's on the mound, so it doesn't look as impressive. Some of the biggest Mets problems, as we've been going over all year, their offensive inconsistencies, the bottom of the lineup with the OBP, the expensive payroll, and the lack of results. Kieran, you watch this team, you follow this team. Give us the lowdown.
I mean, look, I said it. It was 2 weeks ago, I think it was, that like we're kind of done, or I'm kind of done at least, giving this team. They're the worst team in baseball right now, record wise. There's not really much to say. It's more of a rinse and repeat of what Mike was saying a couple weeks ago, like just beating a dead horse. Like the same issues that they were having a couple weeks ago are the same issues they're having now. The only reason that they really won a couple games is because they're beating up on other bad teams in baseball, the Rockies and the Angels. Like winning, going 4-2 against those two teams is not going to move me to really change my opinion on the team. I think that since the last time we talked about them, it's only gotten worse. They're relying on guys like, I think his name is Andy Ibanez. He's getting regular at bats. Vidal Brujan, he's like the shortstop when Bichette's got to play third. Vidal Brujan. Austin Slater hit third today for them. Melendez he's actually been solid, been a consistent player, but it's just like it. I don't know. None of it made sense. The guys they got were all past injury people. It was known, and now they're all basically hurt, and including others who normally don't get hurt. On top of it, are also hurt. They are a disaster, and you mentioned it earlier, Evan. They're 11 back of the Braves currently. They are already putting themselves in a steep hole to climb, and just the way the roster is built is not good enough. McLean is good. Holmes is good. They're both really good, actually. And they're already talking about trading Peralta to the Cubs. And like the Mets basically put a time on themselves that June 1st is when they got to figure it out by, or they're going to move on from him. And I see zero reason to believe they're going to. So yeah. I don't have much to say about them. They're a bad baseball team putting together a bad product. Yeah. The hitting is atrocious. They've lost, I think it's 92 or 91, 90 plus games in a row. When trailing after the 8th inning, they're 0-90 in those. So it's
shout out to our guy Fred McAfee, as he is back in the chat. Welcome back, Fred. Thank you for tuning in again. And Fred had this to say: Mets need to trade Soto. He's sticking with this.
Fred hates Soto.
He doesn't like Soto. He wants him out of Queens. Fred, let us know why you think that. Give us your thoughts in the chat. We want to know why you think they need to trade Soto.
But yeah, there's not much to say. They're frustrating watchers.
Does Mendoza make it the entire season?
If he's made it this far, yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my point is like, what's it going to take for this guy to lose his job?
I would hope if they continue down on this trajectory of like being a team that finishes more than 10 games below 500, like if they struggle to win 70 games, like I don't really care about instability at that point. Like you've got to make a change that's better for the franchise. Mendoza has not been great either. Like he doesn't have a lot to work with, but like he's kind of getting exposed now as not having a lot to work with and not really knowing how to make the most out of it anyway. So it's all bad. Not worth talking about.
One thing that I did follow on the Mets this week is they have young pitcher Christian Scott up, right, Kieran? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I do like to follow young pitchers because I think that is what stabilizes franchises. In my opinion, I think the whole franchise can be stabilized from faltering if your young pitching performs. Christian Scott, he looks reliable. He had a good line against, I think, the Rockies. What have you seen from Christian Scott? And just before you go, Fred McAfee says the signing was a PR move by Cohen. And also shout out our guy Jordan McCrary in the chat. Letting Pete Alonso walk is one of the worst decisions that front office has made.
We're gonna talk about that, Jordan.
We're getting there, Jordan. Thank you for tuning in today.
We're gonna talk about that.
And Fred, we know you don't like Soto. But Kieran, Christian Scott, give us a little bit of a rundown on him, just in case the fans don't know.
Christian Scott, it's very so he just came back from Tommy John. I don't know exactly how old he is. I have the Mets roster pulled up here, so if I can just stall and put a bunch of filler words here for a second and find his name, I'll click on it and tell you he's not really young anymore, man. At this point, he's 26. He hasn't pitched a lot because, like I said, he's coming off of that Tommy John. He was a very exciting prospect for the Mets in 2024, I believe, and then he obviously got hurt. He's looked good. He wears the same number as him too. He wears 45, and he looks very, very much like Zach Wheeler out there, like the way that he delivers his motion and kind of the way that the fastball kind of pops out of his hand. His issue so far, though, this year, I think in his 3 starts, I don't think he's gotten through 5 innings. I could be wrong, but he just seems to hit a wall, like in the 5th inning or sometimes in the 4th inning. Like he was just pitching against the Rockies. I know it's Coors Field. He was cruising. I think through 2 innings, he had barely 20 pitches, if 20 pitches at all. And then all of a sudden it's the 5th inning and he's getting pulled from the game because he has like almost 90 pitches. So he just seems to hit a wall at some point, which I think is normal and to be expected. But I think he could be a solid. He's going to have to be a guy right now in the Mets rotation who's going to have to step up and eat some innings because they do not have anything else right now. They have Holmes, they have McLean, they have Peralta who go in every day. And then now the fifth guy is pretty much they've been starting Brazaban. And then Peterson comes in off like a piggyback. That's what they're doing on Saturday against the Yankees in the Subway Series, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees and the Mets will have their Subway Series this weekend.
Good pitching matchups. Do you know them, Hugo? I know them off the top of my head if you want me to rattle them out.
Let them rip, and then the minute you're done with that, I'm going to go into what you and Mikey will be talking about the Polar Bear.
I believe Friday was Clay Holmes versus... It's not Schlittler, was it?
It could be. I mean, I didn't look yet.
It might have been Schlittler. I said I knew this and I didn't. I know Saturday is Rodon. I didn't even know Rodon was coming back or is back already.
He pitched all right today, 5 walks, but didn't give up many hits. Struggled with the command.
It's going to be him and the bullpen game. So Brazaban to David Peterson for the bulk, and then Sunday. Oh wow, I'm actually really bad at this. I forgot.
Sunday, so it'd be McLean, no?
No, I think McLean's pitching on Thursday.
Okay. All right. Well, Subway Series is this weekend. Make sure to tune in if you guys want to see that.
It's Weathers and Peralta on Sunday.
No
Rodon,
matter
Brazaban,
how bad one team is or how good one team is, no matter when they play, it's going to be a good series. One big story from this week, I think John Heyman reported it.
He did.
The Polar Bear had a lot to say about his former GM in David Stearns, and it was quoted in an article in the Post, I'm pretty sure. Pete Alonso, when meeting with David Stearns and negotiating his contract a year ago, said this, and it's up on the screen, and I'll get both of your thoughts on it. When my career is being evaluated for the Hall of Fame years from now, you'll still be fiddling with your effing formulas. Referring to David Stearns being overly analytical and not knowing the game of baseball. What do you two have to say about this? I have both of you up on this screen, so both of you just give your opinions. I want to hear them.
Take the floor, Kieran.
It's truly to start off. It is such a badass quote by Alonso. If I guess we're going to talk about it realistically, I think Alonso's best chance at the Hall of Fame or even a discussion for the Hall of Fame is 500 home runs. He would need to hit like 45 home runs, I think, for every year of this contract if with the Orioles, if he wanted that, and because I think when this expires he's 37. So I don't know how likely he is to get into the Hall of Fame. I think he'll definitely be like kind of all he said though is he'll definitely be talked about, and he's right, but he might be wrong. I don't know. Like Stearns might not be fiddling with his formulas because he might not have a job. Like this what he's done this year, and I forgot who the name was in our chat who said it. It was obviously a huge mistake, and like he's not even off to that great of a start this year. But like he stays healthy, he plays first base every day. His fielding numbers have been great this year.
It was Jordan McCrary,
and he's gonna Jordan McCrary. Jordan McCrary knows ball, man. He's gonna hit a bunch of home runs for you and be a sustainable middle of every single day kind of guy, middle of the bat lineup. The Mets right now that's been their downfall. They have Soto and Bichette. Bichette's been awful at the top of that lineup, and then they've got a bunch of randoms: MJ Melendez, Austin Slater, insane guys hitting third. And we're supposed to believe that was going to make us better somehow by letting these guys walk. It's just mind boggling to me. But he nailed it. Pete Alonso absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, I'll go alternate angle on it. Definitely, just coming from the quote overall, that just an all-time quote. I think more players need to tell these GMs exactly what Pete said. They're so stuck on these analytics, and I know they work sometimes, but like perfect example, it's just easy to go back to like to the Red Sox. Like Craig Breslow's little nerds are literally telling him like, no, we don't need to produce on offense because we have good pitchers and we'll play good defense. How's that work out? You're last place in your division, but Pete telling him the Hall of Fame thing, I don't know. I don't know if I envision Pete getting into the Hall of Fame, but you never know. If he has some crazy seasons with Baltimore, totally possible. But overall, from the quote standpoint, I absolutely love it. I need more players telling GMs to shove it up their ass when they talk about all these analytics, especially all that Pete meant to the Mets during his time there. Fan favorite, kind of, he homegrown guy, dude. It's like, trust me, I know it from the Red Sox. You don't want to treat those guys poorly. And it seems like, unfortunately, that's what happened there. So I love the quote. Pete deserves it.
I mean, 100%. I want to say this because you guys kind of hit it on the head. But do you understand how many times a player has probably sat in front of their GM while negotiating and wanted to say those exact words while their GM, who's never picked up a bat or a ball in their lives, has belittled their body of work and tried to nickel and dime them? Do you understand how Pete is basically sticking up for old school baseball with this quote? This is a massive story, and it didn't get the traction that I thought it would, but it deserves a lot more traction than this because he's speaking for everyone in old school baseball right now. He's speaking for everyone.
It's shocking too that it didn't get enough traction.
Like it's
an LOL Mets story, like right out there for the taking. I'm like, those normally get taken.
Whoever runs the Mets PR is a genius for getting this story cut down in under 48 hours because Pete is standing up for everything in the old baseball school heads, everyone that they love the old school game. He's basically telling them, you know what, you can go kick rocks because you won't find another guy that'll hit 45 home runs with 115 RBIs. So you don't like my defense, so you don't like my average on a year-to-year. Well, guess what? Jorge Polanco's on the IL, played a few games, and even if he was healthy, he wouldn't give the Mets the offensive production that Pete Alonso, a homegrown star, would have. Stearns is so offbeat with his pulse on the game of baseball. Pete Alonso, and I don't know how it got leaked to John Heyman, he's doing this game a favor because going into this lockout, all of those nerds which you two just talked about, they're going to be put on the chopping block because the players aren't going to fight back. They're not going to deal with it with the lockout. They're not going to. I love Pete for this. I love it. It's just an all-time quote, and the fact that
quote.
Listen, man. David Stearns is completely killing this franchise right now from the inside out. So, like, anything that makes him look like a fool is anything that can help get him out the door quicker is something I'll sign up for. Like, it's embarrassing as a Mets fan, honestly, to have to see this, but it's I don't want to say it's tough to disagree. It's absolutely impossible to disagree with what Alonso said here. With even the Orioles, as bad as they've looked this year, no one's looked as bad as the Mets.
No, I mean the Orioles, they're just another story. But shout out Fred in the chat, still going. Stearns' incompetence needs to be studied. Unlimited resources and has made the team worse. I don't think anybody would disagree with you.
Astonishing. Yeah.
2 years ago, he did capture lightning in a bottle. Everyone believed in the moves that he was making. But you're not wrong, Fred, and thank you for interacting. Jordan McCrary, how does he see how bad Devin Williams was last season and then think he can replace Edwin Diaz with him? Another move, which the analytics, but I think there was some weird Brewers connection. Jordan, thank you for interacting. You're very much right. That was a weird move. A lot of money for a guy who's very inconsistent. We can go all day with the Mets, really, in the front office.
There are endless problems and endless silly moves that this guy's made, and an endless list of players who are on other teams that not like it's not like, oh, we traded this guy and got something like you guys, Mike, you get upset about like the Devers trade and the Betts trade and like the return that you got. These guys were just stone cold cut for nothing. There's literally like 8 of them sprinkled out there in Major League Baseball who are just absolutely crushing it this year. A couple of them are trades.
I don't know.
The majority of them are just guys that were completely gone.
I don't know if you saw, but it's reported today that the Giants are trying to offload Rafael Devers' contract already. So,
dude,
cool.
I mean, Breslow has the chance to do the funniest shit ever.
Yes, he does. That's where I was trying to go with this. Yes, he does.
He gets the Giants to
The
literally
Giants are selling early. It's crazy.
Yes.
10% of Devers' contract and gets him back for pennies on the dollar. Like, I won't
Lifetime
not
contract.
hate
Lifetime.
him, but that
Yeah.
should at least buy him until the end of the season if he does this.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Lifetime contract.
I mean, and I guarantee the best part is too, like, obviously those chances of that happening are probably very slim to none. But if he came back to Boston, I guarantee he just starts raking again immediately.
100%. The minute he sees
Just
Garrett Cole on
immediately.
the mound, he
The
turns into
minute he sees the
freaking
pinstripes,
Barry
he's like,
Bonds.
I remember how they hit now.
Fred
But,
McAfee says Stearns only won with Epler's guys. Not sure if that's true. I don't follow that. Kieran, is that
No,
true?
I mean it's somewhat true. Like what you said is true, and what he said is true. Like Epler's guys were Alonso, Nimmo, and like they did go to the NLCS with those guys, but also in the same breath, like you said, in 2024, he did sign Severino to find lightning in a bottle. He did sign Manai to find lightning in a bottle. He did sign Iglesias to really find lightning in a bottle. Doesn't even begin to describe that move. So like,
on
there was
and
a
off
lot
the
of moves
field.
that David Stearns
On
made.
and off the
Seriously,
field. Yeah.
there was a lot of moves that he made in 2024, and like I said that like a couple weeks ago when I was putting them to bed for their funeral. It's like it started off great. It's like this is going to work. Like this exactly what we envisioned was going to happen. Like this guy was good with nothing, and now we're giving him a bunch. He's going to be even better. So it's like. It really is shocking and extremely disappointing as to the direction that it's turned after that. It's been nothing but bad for realistically since the middle of June last year. So it hasn't been great. Thank God for the Knicks. Thank God for the Knicks. I don't even like
thank
basketball that
you,
much. Thank
Fred
God
and
for the
Jordan,
Knicks.
for interacting in the chat. We appreciate you very much. Moving on to topic number 3. It is my team over in the Bronx. They have been on a tear over the last 2 weeks. Heading into this weekend, they were going to play the Milwaukee Brewers. Jason Dominguez ended up on the IL with a low-grade AC joint sprain. That prompted them to call up top prospect Spencer Jones after years of hearing about him. He came into Milwaukee in his first game. He had to go against the Miz. The Yankees dropped the whole series against the Brewers. The Brewers and the Rays, very similar style teams, exposed some weaknesses in this team. The Yankees, their bullpen struggled. A big storyline for the Yankees, as I go solo camera here, a big story against the Yankees this year and in the years past is the Yankees will beat up on the bad teams in the regular season and stack their record. And for some reason, when they play above 500 teams, this team just falls apart mechanically, decision-wise. Boone shits the bed. The bullpen just can't come up big. In this series, our starting pitching, outside of Max Fried, was pretty good. It was our back end of the bullpen, Tim Hill, Camilo Doval. Camilo Doval cannot be your setup guy if you're trying to achieve big things in October. He is very inconsistent, very wild. His stuff is all over the place. If you want to have success going into October, you need to go get out. You need to go get a really good reliever who's a back-end guy, high-end leverage. Move Bednar to your 8th inning, and then you need to have Doval in lower leverage spots because he cannot handle he just can't handle the big spots. But today, Spencer Jones gets his first major league hit.
Can I ask you a question, Bugle, real
Yes,
quick?
sir. Yeah.
Because you're talking about the bullpen. I think I'm looking at the right thing. Do they not have the second best bullpen ERA in all of baseball?
Yeah, it's super inflated though because
So can I then follow
they
up?
get shelled against good teams. Is kind of where I'm going against with this.
Okay. So I guess that kind of answers my question. I was going to say, do you think it's more of an issue of the manager not knowing when to pitch the guys out of the bullpen per se, like the particular innings, or you just think that these pitchers are good enough to get outs against the bottom feeders of the league, but when it comes to the real, that's when they start to show their true colors a little more, I guess?
So in this bullpen, we have 2 long relievers, Ryan Yarborough, Paul Blackburn. Basically useless in a close game. You're not going to use them. So it's 2 people that you're not going to use.
They've been solid.
They've been
So that
solid
helps a
in the
little
roles
for
that
the
they
ERA,
need, that they're in. Fernando Cruz is a strikeout specialist who walks a lot of guys. And if his splitter's not working on that day, he gets hit really hard. He always gets into trouble but gets out of it so people don't knock him. Tim Hill,
1.5 whip with a under 3 ERA is impressive.
Yes.
That's something you don't see every day.
You have Tim Hill, who's a lefty specialist, but because of the positions that we've been in, Boone's been using him against righties, and he's been getting absolutely shelled as of late. Then you have Camilo Doval, who I'm pretty sure his ERA is above 5, And in high leverage spots,
6.14.
6.14. He's our 8th inning setup guy.
That's really bad, yeah.
And even our closer, Bednar, I think is above 3 ERA. He's not
3.71.
3.71. He's not lights out. So Boone he's been handcuffed with his lineup in years. This year he's handcuffed with the bullpen. He's navigating lanes and he's trying to pick the best spots. Our best bullpen arm is Brett Hedrick. He's our best one. And you can use him in any lane. Lefties, righties. He's been the best one. He's got like a 1.5 ERA. We got him from the Twins off the waivers. For some reason, he's just clicking this year. But against good teams like the Rays and the Brewers, not even elite teams that put the ball in play, these guys struggle. And it's going to bite us in the butt in October. But I do think they'll address it with some rookies and moving Weathers to the pen and at the trade deadline. But
yeah, the video that we posted last week, the clip of me that did very, very well on TikTok and Instagram on both of them. That was what all of the comments were saying. Like it was a lot of Yankee fans too. They were like relaxed. They're 1-5 versus teams above 500. Now they're 1-8, right? Versus teams above 500. Like it is starting to turn into a legitimate concern. But like the reason I said what I said was more not because of the results on the field, more because of the way that they were operating, like I said, you know what I mean? So I still kind of do believe, I still think they're the favorite in baseball. I think the series just kind of suck. I think they could have just been due for some losses, man. Like they were churning off series wins. They were churning off sweeps. They were churning off wins.
They didn't get dogged. They lost 2 games by a combined, yesterday and today, they only lost by
2
1
games
run.
on a walk-off, right? Yeah. So it's
those
are 2 games kind of go either way. Just honestly a crummy weekend for you guys. But the good news is you're 10 games above 500 after that, as opposed to...
Yeah, for sure. Jordan says Boone gives relievers too long of a leash. 100%. They work into trouble, and he thinks that they can get out of it. And then when he brings in the people behind him, it's a little too late. Those relievers already crashed and burned. But a little bit of housekeeping on the Yankees. Carlos Rodon made his return today after fighting back through an injury all spring long. He looked okay, struggled with the command. He only gave up 2 hits, but he walked 5 batters, so that's not something you love to see. On another note, Garrett Cole has about 2 to 3 more rehab starts, and then he will be joining the team. He has been getting shelled in the minors, but a lot of people say not to look too much into that because they're working on certain stuff. So Garrett Cole will eventually be making his return to this lineup. Dominguez ends up on the IL, and the Yankees call up top prospect Spencer Jones, outfielder. He's got a lot of hitting potential with his power, but he whiffs a lot. This series, he struck out a lot, but to be honest with you, the at-bats didn't look too bad. Today, he got his first hit, which was an RBI single on Mother's Day with his mother in attendance. So congrats, Spencer Jones. Yankee fans love to see that from you. And to wrap up the Yankees, Cam Schlittler seems to be our X factor on this team. This kid is dynamic. He has like a 1.4 ERA, early Cy Young candidate. He's absolutely shoving. And Cam Schlittler, although yesterday he pitched a gem, the bullpen blew it, he got the no decision. Every time this kid steps on the mound, I'm just confident that we have a chance to win. So I'm just loving watching our pitching right now. The offense comes and goes, but the fact that we don't have to watch Anthony Volpe and we get to watch Jose Caballero is a win for me. Sorry, Mike, I know you want him in the big so you can pick on him, but he's not coming back up anytime soon.
It's unfortunate. How can the Martian get hurt, Evan? He's a Martian.
Well, Trump did release a lot of the alien files, and they did have Dominguez on there. One of the files was him running headfirst into the left field wall. Get better, Dominguez. But
I'll do it.
People.
What do you think about the Subway Series this weekend, Bugle? Will the Mets somehow win 2 out of 3? I can't see it. They're like the Yankees. Like they don't beat any good teams.
And we can clip this for our socials. But if I'm Aaron Boone, I'm looking right into the camera at you two. If I'm Aaron Boone, every single time that Juan Soto steps into that batter's box, you walk him. You walk him and you don't let him hit, okay? You don't even give him an opportunity to hit. You walk him and you let I'm sorry, Kieran, you let the bums behind him try to figure it out.
I was just going to say,
there's no apology.
With the dudes Kieran listed behind Soto,
yes.
If you even throw Soto a strike, you're
out of your mind.
Yeah, keep talking, you two. Because I can pull.
I mean, some of the names Kieran listed, I'll watch like a good amount of baseball. I don't know if I heard of some of these guys before.
Who's the Ibanez guy? Who
you're
is
telling
he?
me they're hitting third and fourth in the Mets lineup. I mean,
so if you go on, I think Fangraphs, no free ads, but I think Fangraphs is a good website. It kind of gives you a good here are like again, these are guys who and like they show it here like where they've hit in the last. These are last 6 lineups. These are some names of guys who have been hitting third, fourth, and fifth in the heart of the order in the Mets lineup. MJ Melendez, Mark Vientos, Carson Bench, fair. Marcus Semien, Brett Beatty, and Austin Slater. All those guys have hit third, fourth, or fifth in the last week.
Yeah, I mean,
for the New York Mets.
Sheesh.
If Boone's a good manager, he'd walk Soto every single time, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
But like, Soto, I mean, lucky for you. I mean, it could change obviously by Friday. He is not playing well right now. Mendoza's got him leading off, and
yeah,
he is not good at it.
You want to know what I would
all.
do?
But like, Bichette can't hit leadoff because he
Garrett Cole, 4 fingers. We're walking Raffy Devers. We're not letting him hit. That's what we're doing. 4 fingers, Cole. That's what we're doing.
This is literally karma from 2024 when the Mets are like, you only have 2 good hitters, except we only have 1 good hitter and we suck.
Jordan McCrary asked Kieran, do the Mets go and grab Alec Thomas off of waivers after the D-backs DFA'd him? Not a bad pickup.
They should
Not because
he would be better than hold on, let me go back. He would be better than MJ Melendez.
Yeah. Mikey Jordan knows
Andy Ibanez and Austin Slater and Vidal Brujan.
Jordan knows ball. Thank you for interacting in the chat, Jor. We love you over there. Fred McAfee, if you're still there, hashtag Trade Soto started in the chat.
But I will be an obnoxious Mets fan this weekend, and hopefully the Mets end up winning a series. I have
it'll be good games.
0 confidence that they will, but they do have some favorable pitching matchups by having Holmes and Peralta both going.
Shout out our missing co-host Danny Boy. Next weekend marks 1 year anniversary of his bachelor party where all the boys got together and watched the Subway Series in upstate New York. Crazy, that was a year ago. Shout out, Danny. We miss you. We'll be on next episode. As we move into the 40-minute mark for the next 20 minutes, Kieran, I'm going to let you host this segment because it was your question and your idea. I will preface the teams. The AL Central and the NL Central have been very chaotic. In the AL Central, you could have a team win that division that is below 500. And in the NL, there's a bunch of teams above 500 that are all fighting for it. Kieran, I'll let you take the reins. Let you ask me and Mikey our thoughts because I'm not well-versed on the Central divisions. So take over. What do you got?
All right. So the question that is being posed here today, and I think it's a good fun debate for the quarter point of the baseball season that we're at right now. The AL Central currently has 5 teams. There is one that is 500, the Guardians, but nobody else is above 500. Everyone else is below 500. A team has never been 81 and 81 and won the division. They've also never been below 500. So 500 or worse and won a division. 82 and 80, I think, is the worst that we ever had in a 162 game season to win a division. So the question is, do you think you don't have to believe that either one is going to happen because it's never happened in the history of baseball before. But which one do you think is more likely for the winner of the American League Central to be below 500 or below, so 81 and 81 wins or less?
Okay.
Or do you think the NL Central, in which all 5 teams are currently above 500, could get 4 teams into the playoffs? Now, I want you to keep in mind with that question because I think it'll impact a lot of our answers. If you think the NL Central getting 4 teams is more likely, the Padres or the Dodgers have to miss the playoffs.
Okay, Mikey, you go first.
So keep that in mind. So that is the question. More likely, 4 teams from the Central be the first time ever that 4 teams from the same division make the playoffs, or 500 or below record for the AL Central winner. What is more likely to happen?
All right, Mikey, you go. I'm going to cut you to solo screen for clip purposes, so let it rock out.
We're going to go – I mean, I don't – in terms of the question, it's a tough answer. But if I had to choose one, I'm going to say that NL Central gets 4 playoff teams just because
Wow.
the
Wow.
Guardians are 500. I think I hit out in the last episode too. In like August, they're gonna win like 20 out of 30 games at some point. They just always do it. Like, so I'm just sticking by that theory. I think like the Guardians will just get hot at some point. Also, sneaky side topic: sleep on the White Sox making the playoffs. Sleep on the Chicago White Sox in the Murakami boys sliding in there. However, that's not part of this question. I'll go with the 4 NL Central teams just because of what I said. I don't think it's going to happen. I want to say that. But if I had to choose one, I'm going with the Central fellows making the playoffs. The Midwest will be exciting.
So follow up then, which team is left? Which of the 5 is left out?
We will leave out the Reds. I believe in Heim Bloom in St. Louis. I like the Pirates as well as you.
The Reds, I must say, also the Reds have and this is what I was doing before the episode and hopefully this helps us all out. Minus 30 run differential. That just doesn't bode well for long-term success. The Pirates, on the other hand, plus 30 run differential. They have the same exact record right now. Can't say that 60 run differential between two teams, and they have the same record. One of them is going to go one way. The other one's probably going to go more towards the other, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I have the standings up on the screen right now. I mean,
I don't know about you, Evan. So obviously, Mike thinks I think the Reds are the worst team in that division. I really think the only team that could rival it is St. Louis. But dude, their young guys look great, man. Like their young guys are producing at an impressive clip. Like Jordan Walker, Ivan Herrera, Weathersfield, right? He's the shortstop over there. Like these guys are producing for them. So it's like to me, they're at least more exciting than the Reds. But I don't know what.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to quote Danny Boy from last week talking about the Astros getting their pitching back, the Reds are without Hunter Green, so they're going to be getting him back at some point this season, and that dude's a stud, and he can change that whole rotation. On top of Chase Burns, they definitely need Hunter Green.
The rest of their rotation, though, has been bad.
Lodolo
really,
stinks.
Really bad.
Singer stinks. I wouldn't be shocked to see them go chasing some pitching in the trade deadline with the addition of getting Hunter Green back. I don't know, though. Don't count out the Reds. Ellie De La Cruz is a game changer.
He's good. And South Stewart's he's had a good rookie year as well for them as well.
Yeah.
South Stewart's been good. Yes, which one do you think? AL Central under 500 or 4 teams from the NL Central?
Personally, I think that the winner of the AL Central will be under 500. I just think that division...
You believe it?
I believe it. I think that division is absolutely terrible. The only way I could see that not happening is with some schedule manipulation. Later in the half of the year, they just play each other. That's how it seems to always work out. They just keep playing each other. So that, when you're talking about these teams in the AL Central with their record at the end of the year, you don't account for how many times that they play each other in the course of 162. So it's a super inflated record. I could really see a team winning that division with a 500 or sub 500 record. That division in baseball is not good. And I just don't have faith that they're going to be big-time players in the trade deadline. I think those teams are those teams. And I think I don't know. I don't see anyone in that division taking a massive runaway lead with their records.
But I think that's what makes this so, I don't want to say exciting, but this debate, so weird almost. You're gonna have teams in the NL Central who are probably going to be 5 to 10 games over 500, but they could be in 3rd or 4th place, being do we buy, do we sell, what kind of is the move here? Yeah. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, you're gonna have the AL Central where teams are probably 5-7 games below 500, being we're kind of still in this. Should we buy? Should we sell? What's the move for us here? So it is very interesting. But
I mean, do you understand that there's going to be a division race where you're watching high leverage pitchers on those teams go at it late in the season, and you're probably not going to know who those pitchers are, and they're probably going to have terrible stats, but they're going to be going at it for a division lead, which is absolutely insane. And then, like you guys said, the Yankees are probably going to draw one of those teams, absolutely destroy them, get to the division round. I mean, it's just hilarious. It really is funny.
How it goes.
It really is. It's crazy. I don't know. Kieran, It was a great question. I didn't think of it looking at
Appreciate it.
when I looked at the
Thanks.
standings. I didn't think of it that way.
Kieran, what's your take? What would you?
So I've obviously had the longest to think about this question, and after doing some research and diving a little deeper into these teams, I think that in the NL Central, the Cubs and the Brewers are very, very good. I think they are both going to get into the Cubs. Definitely, the Brewers. I think are the second best team in that division. So my question was basically, I had to look at it as, all right, do I think that two of the Pirates, Cardinals, and Reds can beat out realistically the Padres? The Dodgers, I think, are going to make the playoffs. The answer to that is no. I cannot see that happening at all. I don't think either of these things will happen. I can see the division winner being under 500. I definitely cannot see Cincinnati beating out the Padres at the end of the season. The pitching has not been good enough. The bullpen has not been good enough. They're going to need a lot of help. The lineup really hasn't been great. Besides Ellie and Sal Stewart, like, they haven't gotten the consistent help outside of that. I do like Pittsburgh, so I'm like, all right, Pittsburgh can maybe beat out San Diego. But for St. Louis, like, I don't know. I feel like there might be a little bit of overachieving right now. Like, a lot of those young guys in the lineup look very good. The bullpen hasn't been that good. And besides McGreevy, really, the pitching hasn't been anything too special. I just like the Padres more as a whole. And I really think in the AL Central, like Mike, you touched on it, Cleveland is probably the best team. And like every single thing about them is average. They're pretty middle of the pack in both pitching and hitting. DeLauder has really been carrying them offensively. He's slashing like 300, 379, and 522 slugging, 900 OPS. He's been great. J-Ram hasn't gotten going yet. J-Ram has not got it going, excuse me. The pitching's been okay. Like, everything about them just kind of like pedestrian and average. But like, is that going to be enough to win this division? It might be. I honestly think, and we totally were just like, Detroit. Yeah, it's going to be Detroit. It's going to be Detroit. I realistically think that I don't think Minnesota's a shot. I think their pitching is terrible. I think that all four, Cleveland, Chicago, Kansas City, and Detroit, all have legitimate shots. And in the way of me in the last episode going on the A's bandwagon, I am jumping on the White Sox bandwagon.
Yes.
Murakami,
Yes.
Vargas, Montgomery. They all have 9+ home runs. Murakami is a game changer for them, man. Like, I very much hope that because you know the White Sox, the first chance they get to sell, they will sell.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope I think they're a game back right now. I hope they stay this close because I think seeing them compete would be very fun. And this is the year for them to do it. They literally just need to be average. Like, at best, I think we can all agree on this. If you win 85 games, you're guaranteeing yourself that division title in the AL Central.
Yeah.
85 and 77, you're guaranteeing yourself that division title. I legitimately do think it's going to be about 83 wins. That's going to win that division. I think it'll be about 83.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I could see it obviously being 81 or 80, but Detroit's got a shot with McGonigal. He's a real superstar, man, in the making. Framber's been struggling, but the rest of their pitching has been solid. The bullpen's been decent. And like I said, the White Sox have got some power. The starting pitching's been really good. They just need bullpen help, though. They just need bullpen help. The starting pitching's been good. They just need bullpen help. I do think it's Cleveland, the White Sox, Detroit are like the three best. I think Kansas City might have a shot, but Bobby Witt is so good.
Jordan says 0 chance that they keep Murakami at the deadline. Hot take. I think they keep him. I think they keep him.
It would be tough to justify moving him if you are a couple of games out in the division.
They got him on a steal of a deal, too.
He's on a friendly contract. He's not going to charge them. Throw back to week 1 when I said Murakami gives you a reason to go onto the ESPN app and check what the White Sox are doing. He gives you a reason, and you throw Vargas on top of it. They called up a lot of their young pitchers, Sean Burke, Noah Schultz, Colson Montgomery's been raking, Vargas, and they also have Sir Anthony Dominguez in the back end of that bullpen racking up a lot of saves. They're not as bad of a team as you think. If anything, they should go out and add at the deadline, not sell.
Right.
Dude,
they literally just, if they can just add something like that, I wouldn't even say they need much hitting help, man. Like you have guys. Vargas, Murakami, Montgomery, like those guys are raking.
Yeah, Mike, you
go. They are hitting the ball hard.
Something that I agree with.
Is that Montgomery the Sox traded?
No, this is their homegrown shortstop prospect.
Colson Montgomery, he's 24-year-old shortstop.
Kyle Teal is the catcher that you guys gave him.
No, it's part of the Crochet deal. He was a Texas A&M outfielder at Florida State.
Oh, and on top of it, they don't have Kyle Teal. He got injured in the WBC, so he's coming back soon.
Yeah.
I think the guys over here at Diamond Dysfunction say White Sox should be buyers not sellers. Give their fans
Imagine,
something to root for.
yeah, I know you want that, Evan, because imagine
Yes.
the 1, 2, and 3 it is
Give 'em to
very
me.
possible.
Give 'em
It
to
is
me.
very, very possible that the 1, 2, and 3 in the American League this year, in any order, could be the Tampa Bay Rays, the Chicago White Sox, and the Athletics. Not even the Athletics. That
Not
could be
just me
1, 2,
be
and 3 in
happy.
the American League.
Mikey should be happy because you know what? They could win a series against those teams.
If you're the Red Sox and you squeak in as a 6 seed and you're drawing the worst of those 3
you
teams,
can beat them.
you're licking your chops.
Yes.
If we had a sock off, White Sox, Red Sox, a hashtag socks off.
That's why when you brought up the 2 central divisions, it is a trickle-down effect. It impacts the whole playoff circle.
It really does mess with the American League much more than the National. Like the National League, it's just clogging it up, and it's making fans of teams like me, the Mets,
you
making it feel like climbing it over is insurmountable. But
Sonny
you
Gray
guys legitimately
versus Murakami wild card series.
No. We need Crochet.
Crazy.
Tell Murakami who's daddy in the wild card. That's what we need.
Rest up, Crochet. Get that shoulder. Ice it up.
He should be back soon. Hopefully. Knock on wood.
To
Scoop should be coming back. Honestly, whichever team in the Central buys is probably winning that division. Like, whoever buys is probably just going to win.
Whoever has the – I don't – well, I mean, yeah, but it's probably whoever realistically has the best deadline. It doesn't always necessarily entail like buying per se, but just like the best and most smart deadline.
Whoever buys and whoever Framber Valdez hurts. That's who.
What a scumbag. Absolute scumbag Valdez is.
You know what, Mikey? Let it rip. How did you feel about that?
I love that as Trevor Story because I just hate Trevor Story.
Those are socks. I forgot about that.
Yeah. I didn't mind that. But what a loser, dude. Section 10 had a great breakdown of it, Carabas, which I didn't even look into at this point. So, background for the people who aren't aware, Valdez earlier last week drilled Trevor Story, benches cleared, nothing really happened, typical baseball scuffle. So in my mind, I'm saying, oh, what a scumbag. He's pissed off because he's getting shelled. Backstory, he's pissed off because the manager is leaving him in the game to get shelled. So in turn, he purposely throws at Story to get ejected so he can get taken out of the game. And after the Houston incident last year with the catcher crossing him up, I don't see how anybody in that clubhouse can like this guy. Absolute scumbag. Send him back down to wherever he came from. He does not deserve to be in the MLB.
Shout out Carabas. Shout out. I didn't look at it that way. But shout out Carabas.
Yeah, and I think I don't know the context. I don't know if Hinch suspended him himself after or if the MLB issued him.
Someone should have.
It's wild, man. Did you see the pitch graph thing? He's thrown 2 four-seam fastballs his entire career. One of them has hit someone in the back. The other one's hit someone in the shoulder.
Yeah, absolute scumbag behavior, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know. At first, going into the offseason, I was like, okay, that's a good signing for the Tigers. He's got to be hated in that clubhouse.
Oh, for sure.
Can't be great.
Shout out Carabas. We all like Carabas. Michael K likes Carabas. He just had him on the show the other day. So shout out Carabas for doing it. What happened?
Shout him out.
Shout him out, Carabas in Section 10. I've actually met him before, and actually good dude. Didn't clown me for liking the Yankees. Has a lot of good. He should have. He didn't though. Good guy.
But he should have.
Bro, he loves Judge. It's appalling.
He's actually pretty level. Like he's a lot more level-headed than you think.
No, the stuff he does online is more of a troll than anything to get engagement, basically.
Shout out Section 10. Good stuff over there. As we hit that 1 hour mark, Karen, since it's your topic, I'll let you close it out.
Yeah, wrap her up, baby.
I mean, yeah, I think we had a pretty good discussion on these two things. You know, I mean, like, yeah. I think we brought up all some real good points, and I mean, like, I think the biggest of it all is that like we're trying to find like the biggest strength in the American League Central, and it's just like you realistically just kind of need to find like, all right, who is like who's got like the best average stuff, or like who's like the most average, and like right now, I think that is the Guardians, and I think it's the Guardians by a bit of a wide margin. They're just middle of the pack in
Their
everything.
pitching's better, yeah.
Every other team has got like the White Sox have their bullpen, the Twins have their pitching as a whole. The Tigers, like we said, have Framber Valdez. That the Royals don't really hit. Like every team has a little bit of a defect, but like we said, or like Mike or Evan or one of you said, whichever one of them I think buys or has the best deadline is going to really put themselves in a great spot, and like that great spot is going to be probably winning about could be anywhere from 80 to 85 games. So
the Guardians already started buying. They traded for Patrick Bailey today.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. Exactly. So
I really hope it's the White Sox, though.
And the NL Central, man, the NL Central, I got to say that division is exciting. That division is absolutely exciting.
Lots of good
It's
baseball.
a lot of guys. A lot of good teams, a lot of young guys, I feel like, in that division are making a big impact, and just an exciting division. Everyone over 500, man. So a lot of stuff to be excited about. Two divisions that we normally don't talk about much, and I'm happy we got to give them some flowers a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
great
phone,
idea.
Sorry for that like weird transition too. My phone is blowing up. My parents are on the ferry right now. I think the boat just turned around.
Why?
I have no idea.
Jeez. All right, so we'll wrap up. Great idea from Kieran today, talking about the two Central teams. Mets, Sox, can they turn it around? Subway Series going into this weekend. Also, it is Mother's Day, as we said. Happy birthday to our beautiful mothers. We love you. Kieran's mom, Mike's mom.
Whose birthday is it?
Birthday? I said Mother's Day. Did I say birthday?
You said birthday there, pal.
It's every mom's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Facts. Happy birthday.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. We love you. The Yankees head into this weekend against the Mets Subway Series. They look to pick up after their struggles in Milwaukee. The Mets
They'll be fine.
Finally won a couple series this week. Maybe they can turn it around. The Red Sox gaining a little bit of momentum, but the Rays kind of got theirs this weekend. The two Central divisions are some of the most fascinating topics in all of baseball. Whatever happens in those divisions does have a trickle-down effect on the rest of the playoff race. Shout out Jordan. He said I said birthday. My bad. Happy Mother's Day. I apologize. But for anyone in the chat, make sure to follow, like, subscribe. Make sure to comment. Anything that you guys do on the channel really is appreciated. Follow us on all the socials. Our clips on TikTok and Instagram have been popping off. We do a lot of numbers over there on TikTok, gone viral multiple times over the last 2 weeks, so make sure to check us out over there. Kieran, Mike, thank you for coming in today and talking baseball. Danny Boy will be with us probably next episode if he puts down the PlayStation controller. From the boys over at Diamond Dysfunction, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Let's go baseball. Everyone have a good night. And to all the moms out there, hope you had a great day.
Go New York, go New York, go!
Sox, kid.